going on, Trigger Warners? How y'all doing? I hope y'all is doing great. Off rip, y'all already know. Here we are, first episode of Trigger Warners podcast on YouTube. Not only on YouTube, but Spotify, YouTube. There's anywhere you would want to listen to a podcast, you can find my podcast on there. Just go check out my link pop. It's in my Instagram. It's on my Snapchat story. It's in my YouTube channel. You know, it's in the link in the description if you want to go check that out. Go follow me on social media. It's starting off smooth. Gotta let y'all start off like that. That's one. Two. Today's the first episode, obviously. So let me, lay down some ground rules now that we're here in person. You guys can see my face, all that good stuff, right? Rule one: this ain't no jumper. So everybody and their mama, keep your hands to yourselves. Alright? We are peaceful here. We do not want to cause any aggression. But don't get me wrong, all tea will be spilled on this show. So if you don't know how to handle yourself accordingly, get up from the tea table and walk your ass outside. Alright. Now for real though, today's episode, since today is the first episode, episode 1, pilot episode, even though it's not going to be called that, definitely not calling it pilot. All the times we've said things like that, be like, yeah, we ball. Sometimes, especially as a young teenager, for my older folks or people around my age, y'all get it. Sometimes we just gotta look in our pockets, look at ourselves, look at what's going on around us, and be like, fuck it, we ball. You know how we do it. Sometimes it might be hard. Sometimes it might be real easy. But hey, at the end of the day, we ball. This wasn't too long ago. This was while I was down there in Miami. All those stories I've had about times with me and my friends down there in Miami. This is technically a solo one, but at the same time, it's not. Check me out. So, chilling with my sis down there, chilling with my homeboy Corey. We all cool. We all would always kick it at in her room. If we're not in her room, we were in it. We were just out and about doing different stuff, right? So this one night, I forgot why we were up, but it was like 2 a.m. So we were upstairs in their room this time, Like I said, we're not in sis's room, we're out and about doing whatever somewhere else. We were in there, and we were in somebody else's room, right? It was about 7 of us. No, there were 6 of us, because some people left out after a while. So it's like 2 a.m. And all of us are like, damn, we hungry. Damn, I want some food. And me, as a wrestler at the time, I was eating a lot. So I would eat. My stomach was like a black hole. I was the guy that people would look at you and be like, how are you not gaining any weight? Shut up. Why do you gain weight? Take the L. Move. Push. Anyway, so my homegirl, so at the time I just got my license. Probably like not even a month into having my license. And my homegirl was like, okay, which one of y'all can drive? I'm like, man, I can drive. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I haven't had my license for that long, I still knew how to drive. It wasn't like driving with some mathematical equation that no one could figure out. You know what I'm saying? But I was the only one there who could drive, that she trusted to drive, besides, herself, obviously. So I hopped in the driver's seat. And we was like, riding through there, like, cruising, 954, jogging up. No, okay. Anyway, for real though, we were driving around. Again, it's like 2:30 at this point, 2:45 maybe, and it's real dark. Okay, Miami highways, I can say, have no lights. There was at one point where, add this to the new near-death experiences one, where because it's split in the road, and they were like, oh, watch out, and I was like, oh, skirt. So hit to the right, and low key, we was going, and I didn't see it until we got close, cause homegirl lights was dimming in a motherfucker. Obviously not knocking her ride. If you got a ride, that's good enough. As long as you got a ride, some people don't even got that. You appreciate what you appreciate. You appreciate what you got, and you gotta appreciate everything else. I don't know. Anyway, talking about gibber jabbers. Understand this, okay? That we almost died, and after 30 minutes of driving around, we got to a Checkers, right? And we pull up to the Checkers, and we're like, hey, y'all there? And no answer for like 5 minutes. And we're like, I guess they're closed. We pull up and there's no one inside. We're like, wow, but your lights are on. Why? Gone. And we leave, right? And we go to a Burger King. And we pull up to the Burger King. First off, why were there people at 2 a.m. at night at a Burger King? I don't know. But the line was relatively long. And we're like, ugh. But we're all hungry. So we're like, we gotta wait it out. It's cool. So we go wait it out. Skirt. You know what I'm saying? But I pull up behind them. And everyone's like, so who's buying? And I don't know about y'all, but I had money, right? And everybody over there was like, oh, I'm broke. I don't got no money. I don't have no money. And I'm over here like, so I called everybody else back at the spot we was at, right? It was like, y'all hungry? They're like, yeah, can you get us this, that, and I'm like, alright. Put down my phone. Pulled out my Cash App card. Pooching. It's like, alright, y'all motherfuckers better Cash App me this shit later. Do. Bro, y'all know how much money I spent at Burger King, dog? Bro, guess how much money I spent at Burger King, dog? Y'all would not guess how much money I spent at Burger King, dog. I spent $65 at Burger King. At Burger King. Out of all places. At Burger King. Yeah, no. Never again. Never again. Cause why am I spending that much money at Burger King? Out of all places possible that I could went and ate at. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna complain because where I'm at now compared to Miami, everything is open. You know, even Subway's open at 1:30 a.m., 2:30, right? And yes, I know that I said that Checkers was closed, but hear me out, okay? Around where I live, not everything is closed after like 10, okay? Maybe 10:30, and that's on a weekend, and that's on a Friday and a Saturday. Don't even get me started, okay? And the only reason I spent that $65 is because I knew everybody was gonna pay me back, so it was cool, right? So it was one of those moments where it's like, man, this is a lot of money. Man, fuck it. We ball. And hey, when I tell you that Burger King was hitting on 10, it was hitting on 10. Maybe even 11. And for all you people who said free and reduced lunch, they're saying that we was lucky for free and reduced lunch. Listen, it was a pain to apply for free and reduced lunch every year. So I don't want to hear it. That's one. Two, it doesn't matter. I was always saying fuck it, we ball when it came out of free and reduced lunch because guess what? I was always eating double lunch, so I had to pay for it anyway. So shut up. It was like literally, and some of y'all might be like, oh, then you're lucky enough to be able to do that. Okay, listen. For you people complaining about me having free and reduced lunch, or other people like me who had free and reduced lunch, regardless of gender, color, ethnicity, all that good junk, right? I need you to understand that free and reduced lunch was like, the lunch at school was actually trash majority of the time. It's just we had no other choice but to eat it because it was free and or reduced. So, I don't think free and reduced lunch was really all that because they definitely gave us warmed up food half of the time. If you tell me that food in the cafeteria wasn't warmed up, you're a liar. Frozen, warmed up. Okay, look, check me out. Okay, I was always, especially when it came down to when I was in middle school, there was this. I went to this really bad middle school in 6th grade, right? It was an F school. And there were these 3 lines in the cafeteria. One line was like Chinese, quote unquote, food, right? One was homemade food, and the other one was like, I think it was like healthy foods, quote unquote. I don't remember the other line. But I remember the Chinese food line, quote unquote, had like, always had rice, chicken, like, not orange chicken. It was never, I don't think it was ever real orange chicken, but it was like that teriyaki chicken, whatever kind of chicken it was. And they always put it in that little, that box that you would always go to a Chinese restaurant or Asian place, and they put it in the, like you got chicken fried rice, and they put it in that box. That's the type of box they would give you in the lunch line. But in the other home style, the home cooked style, or whatever you want to call it line, they would make beefaroni, pizza, macaroni, all that good stuff, right? And I say good stuff because all I used to eat was junk food and trash food and starchy foods and all that stuff. And to me at that time, 6th grade, guys, 6th grade, it was good food. So, a majority of the time, especially when it was like that macaroni, man, that macaroni used to be buzz. The beefaroni, I called it beefaroni, okay? It was macaroni with some tomato sauce and beef in it, so it was like, I called it beefaroni, and that's what it was. It was macaroni and beef. I don't know what else you want me to call it. But it was not like I was the only one that called it that, and I think I started calling it that because I heard other people call it that. It's not like I looked at it as like, yeah, that's beefaroni. It's like, no one looks at macaroni and was like, yeah, that's macaroni, but like, why is it macaroni? You know what I'm saying? Why is it beefaroni? Because it's beef and macaroni. Mac and cheese. Why is it mac and cheese? Because it's macaroni and it's cheese. Alright? So, now that you guys know what 1 + 1 is, let me move on. So a lot of times I would be spending like $5 in the lunch line because I come out with double lunch. And well, a couple of times, it wasn't often, but I had to be really hungry to do triple. Really hungry. Or there was something else in the lunch line I wanted. So I would get double lunch on like beefaroni and then get like a slice of pizza on the side or something. Like, you know, I was that kind of guy. That was at the time when I was, like, let's say in high school, because that happened a lot more in high school, especially when I was wrestling. I would go get a third lunch. There might have been a chance I would get a third lunch, you know, because I was just eating that much. But I was walking around 154 eating 5 pounds of food every lunch, you know what I'm saying, and then burning it off by the time I got to practice. But, well, by the time practice ended, let me be correct, okay? Either way, a lot of times when I stepped in the lunch line, at all times it was, we ball, you know what I'm saying? We ball at all times and at all points. But if you don't believe that you balling at all times and at all points, then what is you doing? You gotta be balling at all times and at all points. That doesn't mean you have to go and spend it like I am talking about right now, because obviously I'm talking about the times I went and just spent money. And even if it was for a good reason, even if it was for like food or whatever, right? Literally, you're balling. You're just mad because you're not balling. Okay? I'm balling, and y'all ain't. So, on that note, for today's first episode, it's gonna cut it right here. Y'all already know it's your host, ODZ, and I hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. Listen, guys. Understand this. Season 3, month of December, January, whenever, you know, all 20 episodes of this season. Y'all already know how it goes. Every Friday, 8:30. Look at it. Look for it. Look where it at. Trigger warnings. Check me out on social media at TW Podcast. Check out the bio. Check out the description. And hey, share it with your friends. Show them the way, because I know the way. You know the way? Later.